Welcome to New Zealand, the land of endless green fields, and one of the most advanced agricultural systems in the world. February and March mark the busiest harvest season on the South Island, where golden wheat fields, heavily laden apple orchards, and endless vineyards enter their most abundant time of the year. Throughout this journey, you'll witness gigantic harvesting machines operating with centimeter-accurate GPS technology, explore massive farms spanning thousands of hectares, and meet the New Zealand farmers who are helping shape the future of global agriculture. From the vast Canterbury Plains to the sun-soaked landscapes of Marlborough, an incredible adventure filled with innovation, nature, and hard work awaits you. Let's begin the journey together. And here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. On the endless wheat fields stretching along the banks of the Rakaia River, two New Holland combines move side by side, powerful, majestic, and precise with every single cut. The roar of the engines echoes across the plains as golden dust rises into the warm afternoon sunlight, while rows of wheat fall perfectly in line as if drawn by a ruler. This is more than just the image of a harvest season. It's a living symbol of the world-class mechanization that New Zealand agricultural companies have spent decades building and refining. Each machine is capable of harvesting dozens of hectares in a single day, maximizing every valuable hour of the short harvest window. Massive scale, advanced technology, and a farming region that never truly sleeps during these blazing February days. But what truly makes Canterbury extraordinary isn't just the gigantic machinery or the endless fields, it's the incredible numbers hidden behind every stalk of wheat. This region has recorded wheat yields of more than 17 tons per hectare, a record that made much of the world stop and take notice. The secret lies in a perfect combination. Advanced irrigation systems carrying fresh water from the Southern Alps directly to the farmland, hundreds of hours of sunshine every summer, and Canterbury's rich soil formed through millions of years of natural sediment deposits. The average production here consistently ranks among the highest on Earth, not because of luck, but because of science, investment, and long-term vision. Which number in this video impressed you the most? Comment one below, I'd really love to hear your thoughts. After the wheat harvest, not a single straw is wasted. The Coldstream contracting team moves in the moment the combines leave the field. Massive Case IH balers glide smoothly across the farmland, gathering rows of straw and dry grass into tightly packed bales weighing hundreds of kilograms, each perfectly shaped like golden blocks, scattered across the Canterbury Plains. This is far more than simple field cleanup. Every bale becomes a valuable food reserve that helps livestock survive the freezing winter months on New Zealand's South Island. In New Zealand agriculture, the production chain never ends. With just one crop from every grain of wheat to every strand of straw, everything has value. Complete mechanization, zero waste. That is the true philosophy behind modern farming. And that cycle doesn't end with the straw bales. New Zealand farmers understood something long ago that many parts of the world are only beginning to rediscover crop farming and livestock farming are not separate industries, but parts of one complete living system. Herds of cattle and sheep are released onto the fields between growing seasons, feeding on cover crops and clearing away leftover plant material that machinery leaves behind. In return, animal manure naturally returns nutrients to the soil, improving soil structure and reducing the need for chemical fertilizers. A closed-loop system sustainable, efficient, and remarkably intelligent. The soil feeds the crops feed the livestock, and the livestock feed the soil once again. That is the farming philosophy Canterbury has practiced for generations. While the soil is recovering, the lush green grass fields nearby are entering a completely different stage of the farming cycle. Quigley, contracting one of the largest agricultural service companies in Canterbury, has deployed its fleet of rakes and Claas Jaguar forage harvesters at full capacity. Fresh grass is gathered, chopped into fine pieces, and blown directly into trucks driving alongside the machines, a non-stop harvesting system that doesn't pause for a single moment. Everything is focused on one goal: producing silage, the essential feed source that helps thousands of dairy cows maintain milk production throughout the long winter months. New Zealand's dairy industry simply could not operate without hard-working teams like these behind the scenes. Have you ever seen a Claas Jaguar forage harvester working in real life? Comment one below. I'm really curious to know. But the story of New Zealand's agricultural technology doesn't stop there. Take a look at the machine gliding across the field before your eyes, the Horsch Lieb 6280, one of the most advanced crop sprayers currently operating in New Zealand. With a massive 3.6-meter boom stretching out on both sides, it can cover an enormous area of farmland in a single pass. What's even more impressive is its automatic boom leveling system, which keeps the spray arms perfectly stable even on rough terrain, all while traveling at speeds of over 20 kilometers per hour. Fast, precise, and without wasting a single drop of spray. This is no longer farming in the traditional sense. This is high technology moving across open farmland. The harvest season may be over, but the Canterbury fields are far from resting. The moment the final combines leave the land, powerful Case Puma tractors move in, pulling Simba cultivators deep through the soil. Fertilizer is spread evenly across the fields and mixed directly into the earth, ensuring nutrients reach the root zone where the next crop will soon begin to grow. It's one of the quietest stages of farming, yet just as important as the massive harvesting machines themselves. Without careful soil preparation, the 17-ton per hectare wheat yields Canterbury once achieved would remain nothing more than a memory. Harvesting may be the finish line, but the soil being prepared today is where everything truly begins again. Canterbury is not only a land of wheat fields and livestock farming, it is also one of the world's most important regions for vegetable seed production. Across the long rows of spinach plants, McDon's swathers move carefully through the fields, cutting the crop and laying it neatly into windrows to dry naturally under the open sky. This is a critical step in seed production. Allowing the plants to dry under Canterbury's sunlight helps suppress weed growth while improving the purity and quality of the seeds before they are collected by the combine harvesters. It's a slow and patient process, but that precision is exactly what produces export-quality vegetable seeds shipped to markets all around the world. Did you know that New Zealand is one of the world's leading suppliers of vegetable seeds? Comment 1 if that surprised you. 5 days under the Canterbury sun, and now it's time to collect the results. New Holland combines move carefully into the dried spinach windrows, operating far more gently than during normal grain harvests. Spinach seeds are incredibly tiny, and even the slightest mistake in the threshing process could damage an entire batch. Thick clouds of dust surround the machines, but inside, the valuable seeds are being separated with extreme precision. But the job doesn't end there. Immediately after harvesting, the seeds are transported to drying facilities where moisture levels are controlled down to the exact percentage. This ensures the seeds maintain the highest possible germination rate before entering long-term storage. From seed to food on your table, the journey is far longer and more complex than most people realize. If spinach seeds represent precision, then Canterbury onions represent scale. At Lovett Family Farms, specialized onion harvesters imported from the Netherlands, the global heartland of advanced bulb farming moves steadily through the fields, lifting row after row of onions from the soil with remarkable efficiency. Yields here can reach as high as 80 tons per hectare, a figure impressive enough to amaze even many European farmers. After harvest, the onions are transported directly to the farm's own packing facility, where every onion is carefully cleaned, sorted by size, and packed according to strict export standards before being shipped to markets around the world. From the soil of Canterbury to kitchens across the globe, the journey may be closer than you think. Not every harvest season waits for perfect weather. At Hewson Farms, even as strong winds sweep across the fields, multiple Claas combines continue operating side by side across vast stretches of white clover. The wind is both a challenge and an advantage, helping the crop dry faster before harvesting, while also demanding extremely precise machine settings and skilled operators to prevent seed loss. White clover may appear modest compared to massive grain crops, but it plays a dual role that is incredibly valuable. It serves both as a high-value export seed crop and as nutrient-rich pasture for New Zealand livestock throughout much of the year. In Canterbury, even windy days are still working days. As the sun slowly sets over the Canterbury plains, the machines begin to leave the fields one by one. The roar of engines fades into the evening wind, but the story of New Zealand agriculture is far from over. Behind every harvest lies an entire system built on precision, technology, sustainability, and generations of farming knowledge. From giant wheat combines to delicate vegetable seed production, from dairy silage operations to export onion packing lines, every part of the process is connected in one continuous cycle. This is why New Zealand has become one of the world's agricultural powerhouses. Not simply because of fertile land or favorable weather, but because of the vision, discipline, and innovation driving every hectare of farmland. And perhaps the most remarkable thing of all is this. While much of the world sees farming as tradition, New Zealand has turned it into a glimpse of the future. If you enjoyed this journey through the harvest season of New Zealand, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for the next adventure. See you in the next video. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next adventure.